Hey guys, Alex Boileau here, and today is a weird day. It's a weird day. You know what? Not every day is a normal day. Like, if you guys don't know yet, the king of Instagram, the pro poke player, the Navy SEAL, the man, the legend, Dan Bilzerian himself. In fact, the owner of Ignite being his company. So Dan recently invested $25 million in his own company. So look at this. The acquisition took the form of a purchase of $5 million worth of Ignite proportionate voting shares and a share for debt transaction whereby $20 million worth of convertible debentures of the company were exchanged for 200,000 proportionate voting shares. So that's what happened. So Dan just invested $25 million of his own money, or his father's money, into his own business to bail him out. So apparently Ignite was on the verge of being totally bankrupt, cash poor within the next couple of weeks. And this is what actually led Dan Bilzerian into investing $25 million. So from that $25 million investment into his own company, $20 million of it is going directly into paying a loan that the company had. And another $5 million of this investment is actually going into the business itself. So now the company has $5 million to survive. Because we all know that the company is not profitable, and it has never been profitable since the beginning. So the burn rate is higher than the overall income that they're getting on a monthly basis. So estimates are saying that with the $5 million investment that Dan Bilzerian just made to the business, the company could be lasting for another couple months, but it's going to be a rough ride if they don't figure their stuff out and start being profitable. That's the bottom line, right? And my goal here is not to trash talk Dan, but the fact of the matter is, as an investor, I care about how certain stocks are doing. And all I can say is that Ignite has been in the news for the past weeks, months even, and I'm covering it because now it's getting to a point where I don't know what to think anymore. What is happening with Dan? What is happening with Ignite? It is crazy. Let's look at more details. Let's look at what's been happening behind the scene for the past year for Ignite. Namaste Technologies says CanMart cancels licensing agreement with Ignite International Brands. CanMart will continue selling the remaining Ignite inventory through provincial control boards and through its website until December 29 and will no longer act as a distributor for Ignite in Canada. So what this means, guys, is that basically Ignite just got dropped by CanMart. They're only distributor for Ignite in Canada. So why do you think that the sole distributor of Ignite in Canada would drop them? It makes no sense unless they are worried about what's going to happen to Ignite in the next couple of weeks, months. Like, they're trying to avoid something. That's for sure. There's no real reason to drop them off. So that could be a red flag, right? Like, technically speaking, something is weird, but we don't know exactly what's happening. All we know is that Dan has been investing $25 million recently to bail out his own company. All we know is that their distributor in Canada just left them. What else is happening? Oh yeah, Dan is actually being sued right now. Dan Bilzerian, the owner of Ignite, is currently being sued by one of his ex-employees. Who is this employee though? Who is the guy that sues Dan Bilzerian? The lawsuit was filed by the former president of Bilzerian's CBD company, Ignite International Ltd., Curtis Efferman. The suit alleges that Bilzerian funded his lifestyle with company funds and fired Efferman for refusing to approve his expense report. Among the things that Bilzerian wanted his company to pay for are a $15,000 ping pong table, a $40,000 rock climbing wall, and a photo shoot in the Bahamas that cost $130,000. Efferman also alleged that Bilzerian wanted him to misclassify a paycheck protection program loan from the government as miscellaneous income. The company lost $50 million in 2019, and analysts expect Ignite to cease operation in the near future. So this article is really scary, let's be honest here. So what we're learning is that Dan Bilzerian is being sued by the former president of his own company. So he basically hired the guy, and the guy is suing him back. So we're also learning that Dan has been spending crazy money on ping pong tables, rock climbing walls, crazy photo shoots. And we're also learning that Ignite lost $50 million in 2019. We're really far from being profitable here. Losing minus $50 million in 2019. This is crazy. The company has become public in 2019. Okay, well, you know what? It's all good and all. He's getting sued by his former president. Well, it happens all the time, right? So Dan Bilzerian is a renter and someone else paid his credit card bills lawsuit. The mansion, the yacht, the parties, the models. Dan Bilzerian rents his house and charges the rest of his six-figure lifestyle to a credit card that someone else pays off. Wow, that's a crazy claim. So what they're saying is that Dan isn't actually paying his rent. His $200,000 a month rent, he's not paying it. Everything is charged to the corporate tab of Ignite International, the company that Dan Bilzerian founded and serves as CEO, paying Dan Bilzerian $2.4 million in annual rent and paying for everything else Dan Bilzerian does would be one explanation for how Ignite managed to lose a reported $50 million last year. So guys, this is absolutely insane. So what does this mean is that Dan's former president is suing him because Dan is basically using his own company, Ignite, as a credit card. He uses it to pay for all of his expenses, to pay for rent, and he basically uses it as a cash cow. Which kind of CEO does that? Well, the kind of CEO that brings a company to the ground by losing $50 million in 1 year. That's the kind of CEO. So let's look at Yahoo Finance here. So the company shares are worth 36 cents today, and they were valued at $2.50 a share back in January 2019 when the company became public. Wow, that's a big drop. And for the past 6 months, pretty much, for the past 6 months, it's been going pretty bad. And there was a small spike when Dad announced that he was injecting $25 million into the company a couple of days ago, but I mean, it's coming back down right away. So it doesn't mean much, right? Because we have to remember, it's Dan, the owner himself, that is investing his own money into the business to basically bail him out. But I'm not here to judge, I promise. I promise I'm not here to judge. All I can say is facts. Let's look at the facts. Oh yeah! Convicted felon Paul Bilzerian reportedly running Ignite International behind the scenes, raising questions of legalities. What's this? What is this? Paul Bilzerian, the father of Instagram influencer and Ignite International founder Dan Bilzerian, is reportedly managing the company behind the scenes according to anonymous sources within the hailing cannabis firm. Bilzerian's shadowy role within the company raises questions of legality since convicted felons are legally prohibited from participating in publicly traded companies. Ignite International is traded on the cannabis stock exchange under the ticker BILZ. So now what we're learning is that Dan Bilzerian is not actually managing the company himself. It's allegedly being run by Paul Bilzerian, his father. So the man, the legend, the Navy SEAL, the pro poker player, the Instagram famous guy is not actually in charge of his own business. So that's a bit scary. But what's even more scary is that his father, even though he's a businessman, he was convicted of fraud, conspiracy, and making false statements to the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. So he was banned from ever being able to run a public company, but now he's managing the business for Dan. So apparently Dan is not interested enough to actually run his own company, and his dad is doing it behind the scene. So if I was an investor in Ignite today, I would be kind of concerned about that. I mean, that's my gut feeling. I don't have any shares in Ignite, but that's my gut feeling. I'd be thinking about it. I'd be wondering, like, Why? Why is Dan not running his own company, and why is convicted felon father is doing it for him? Something to think about, eh? Something to chew on. All we know is that it's a bit fishy, right? It's a bit shady. I'm not trash talking Dan once again. I'm just trying to bring up the facts and help us make a decision on should we buy the stock, should we sell the stock, or what's happening with the stock, right? So we know Ignite has been mismanaged. It's pretty obvious at this point. They just filed their Q2 earnings, and other companies are filing their Q3 earnings right now. So they're late on that. They've had 4 different presidents running Ignite over the course of its existence, which is absolutely crazy. They're basically playing musical chair. They're losing money. Dan is being sued for mismanaging the company's cash. Right now, we don't know how much life is left in Ignite. We don't know how long the company is going to last for. We know that there's a couple $1 million cash in their bank account, but we know that they are not profitable. If I was a shareholder right now, honestly, I'd be shitting in my pants. But you know what? I'm just a guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is that as an investment point of view, it's not a tough call. So that's it for me, guys. So if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. And if you like that kind of content, well, make sure to sub to the channel. And I'll see you guys real soon.